There you go.
There you go.
Animal.
Yes. We hold
Animal.
these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. And they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights that among which are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Sorry for yelling at y'all, because this ignorant dude is on the phone. Good evening. I'm Mills Lane. Joining me, as most of the time, is Trap Gardner. That's Trap.
What's up, man? How y'all be, people? Family?
Okay. There you go. But he wants to look at his plants. Them things back there. I'm not going to touch his plants. Don't worry about it.
Oh, you're not going to touch his plants.
I don't want to fight this old nigga. Okay? So anyway, thank you for joining us. This here is American Culture Topics. Tonight's topic, unity, community, cohesive, I like to call it cohesive diplomacy, togetherness, the greatest ability of mankind, that ability to unite for a common goal.
To get one destination to the other.
Let me just lower his volume for a second till he gets his stuff together. But unity, the greater good, when we all get together for the greater good, the possibilities, the frustrations, the understanding that we know things go wrong, the ability to look beyond things that went wrong and focus on how to make things right. The greatness of mankind. Possible, because we know unity has purposes. For the most part, unity only exists when we have a common enemy. I always wondered about that.
And he begins to make what?
Okay. What are you listening to, Trap? That's in the background.
Actually, I got thrown off a little bit. Somebody, I'm trying to use my Bluetooth and, in the ride, and somebody just keep calling me.
Okay.
And it's just throwing my phone off.
All right. Well, get your technicalities and technical issues under control, and we'll see. But
anyway,
yeah. So Trap, there's we're talking about community or unity culture. So one of the, like when I was thinking about this last week, I heard about there was a Revolt Summit. And there was some black folks that like to get up and talk. And it's the new generation of get up and talk black folks that are talking about the state of the black community. Now, I saw people like T.I., Candace Owens, Killer Mike. Those were some of the people who were at this event. So, Trap, what's your feelings on community/unity in America as a culture?
Well, it's a minute. You know what I mean?
It's what now?
It's fragmented.
Okay.
You know what fragmented mean? It's fragmented.
I hear you. Go for it. Go ahead.
So it's fragmented to a point where there's no unity and no community. You know what I mean? You got gun lovers and non-gun lovers. You got gays and non-gays. You got too many. You got people got all separate kind of agendas, so they can't get it together. Communities years ago that it was all good. Like communities, black communities, Italian communities, when everybody in that community was Italian, they all got together and they did shit together. Black communities did the same. Then all of a sudden somebody said, well, I'm LGBTQ. And then somebody said, oh no, we ain't shooting y'all and this. You know what I mean? Then the Chinese said, what the hell you doing? I'm loyal to China. They was like, oh no, you ain't including this. So everything got fragmented. Shit, you know what I mean? You got very few communities that's actually what they are. Now you got the Catholic priests, you know, they're together. The Mormons, they together.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah, the white nationalists, they're together. You know what I mean? The prison gang, they together. You know what I mean? But these are fringe communities and shit, you know?
You said fringe communities?
Yeah, they fringe communities. They on the fringes and shit, you know what I mean? They not acceptable outside their community. You know what I mean? They got unacceptable behaviors that allows them to form a community that allows them to, you know, fuck, murder, all that kind of dumb shit. Marry your cousin. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Marry your 15-year-old niece and shit. You know, shit like that. So they pretty much intact. Those communities are pretty much intact. The rest of us have to deal with everybody else. And then we tend not to want to deal with everybody else. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
You want to say, oh, we ain't going to deal with that motherfucker because that motherfucker doing this. Or that motherfucker doing that. Or these motherfuckers doing that shit. No, we ain't dealing with them. You know what I mean? But like I said, back in the day, it didn't matter. Everybody was hooked up in these things and shit, and it was really, truly community. You know what I mean?
That's
Nobody
right.
ever said, I'm a gay motherfucker. You know what I mean?
That's right.
I like to smoke my weed Friday night. You know what I mean? And beat my wife. You know what I mean?
Wow, that's some terrible stuff.
They got rid of, oh yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's why the fringe community are able to hang on. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's the last bastion of true community. You know what I mean? Because they stick together. You know what I mean? Like
You said
the Catholic priest shit.
okay.
They stick together. The Mormons, they stick together.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, the white nationalists, they stick together. The black, they stick together. Because, see, they got rules and regulations who are allowed to join their community. See what I'm saying?
Okay.
This ain't open air community. You know what I mean? So I call them fringe communities. Now, you got motherfuckers that go to a protest, right? And they won't protest Trump, right?
Right.
You got 15 motherfucking groups there and 15 people. You know what I mean? And every one of them motherfuckers got a different beef with Trump. Somebody talk about gun control. Somebody talk about treatment of women. Another motherfucker talking about the economics. Somebody talking some other shit. You be like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? How the hell can y'all get together and just do this thing? You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's why that asshole was able to win. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
but when you think,
Democrat,
okay, Trap, but I hear what you're saying. But when you think about community, is it possible that, people can cross communities? And before I get into that, we got our early birds to the chat. Our early birds deserve the most respect because them folks came on time. They was on time before I was on time. So salute to CMW Recordings, aka 707 Cortez, and salute to Blue Label Multimedia. That's Blue Label Ryan. Those are music. So if you want dope music of the times, CMW West Coast, he repping that West Coast new swang. Blue Label, he repping that Buffalo boom bap generation. He got that boom bap popping, especially with some of his artists like Kool Taj, folks like that. So, Trap, do you think that it's possible for different groups to become a community? Like we see like we see the LGBTQAI plus something else. We see that group somewhat come together as a community.
Get your shit back together, man. You all over the fucking place, man. All I see is my Xbox One there, man. Turn back to the plants, goddammit.
That was for the folks to see you on the screen, but okay. Hold on. Go ahead, Trap. Go ahead, yap. I gotta answer a message. I saw a message.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So anyway, like you said, these LBQ, no, cause you know what? They got a problem. Some of them got a problem. The white ones got a problem with the black ones. The black ones got a problem with them. Then you got this thing they do where disclosure. You know what I mean? Non-disclosure and shit. Like some of them run around here and shit, looking real good and shit, and they ain't disclosing what they do, what they are underneath there and shit. You know what I mean? So you think you're going for something underneath that skirt, and you find a motherfucker snake underneath there, and then vice versa. You know what I mean? You see this muscle-bound motherfucker, and you say, "Oh damn!" This chicks be like, "Ooh, that's a handsome muscle-bound motherfucker." You know what I mean? Yeah. And then when they get to the crib, all of a sudden they shit. You know what I mean? When they think they're going for some snake, they going for a little tuna fish and shit. So they got they look like too and shit. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be nice about this shit.
Okay, so I understand what you're saying, and once again, we here at American Culture Topics believe in everybody's right to exist and everybody's right to be respected.
That's right.
But if we catch you out here tripping and acting like an ass, we will talk about you.
Yeah, we're talking about them now. And then you got the so-called Republican motherfucker. They all supposed to be together. Then all of a sudden, motherfuckers talk about, let's do gun control. Oh, no. Then you got the Democrat motherfucker. Say he's a Democrat talk about, oh, no. Yeah, I don't want to do gun control neither. You know what I mean? So you got all these fractions and shit. Then you got the progressive Democrats, the liberal Democrat, the conservative Democrat, the something else Democrat. You like, wait a minute, motherfucker. Either you're a Democrat or you're not, or you're Republican or you're not. But nobody is what they say they are. You know what I mean?
Good point.
You got these people running around here claiming to be something, and they're not. You know what I mean? Yeah. You can't claim homeless. You know what I mean? You have your cup outside talking about you homeless. Get up, walk a couple of blocks, jump in your Benz and drive off to your crib. You know what I mean? Now you take off the old nasty clothes real quick in the garage. You know what I mean? And then you be like, oh yeah, look at all this money I got from these suckers tonight. You know what I mean? Yeah, I got them all and shit. They all believed I was homeless and shit and gave me all this money. I ain't got to pay taxes on it because it was given to me. You know? Whatever.
Okay.
There's a lot of bullshit out there about these groups and shit that what you call. Now, you got some groups, as I said, they do a pretty good job of it. But the only group I know that's not really fractured bad is the prison groups. You know what I mean?
That's right.
They pretty much on the level and shit. Yeah, huh?
I hear you.
Yeah, so when they get locked up and shit, they be like, okay, all right, this boy right here and this boy right here, they're going to be our armed forces. You know what I mean? That's Butch and shit. Butch and Rock. Yo, what's up? You know what I mean? They ain't controlling all the new pussy. Then you got the motherfuckers that's in the cafeteria and all that. They all together. See, they march as one.
That cough says take a break. So, Trap, let's go through some communities. So I noticed that, like in our day and age, we got something called like the rap community, and right now the rap community and the hip hop community are going through like a moment of concern because one of their artists. Oh Lord, that's hood. One of their artists is currently on trial, and he's testifying. His name is Tekashi 6ix9ine, and he's out here testifying about other. And in fact, today he got on the stand and talked about other artists that are members of the Blood Gang. He named rapper Jim Jones, and he also named Cardi B as to be members of the Blood Gang. So
okay.
Now I don't know the actual charge that he was actually charged with, but he admitted to trying to put a hit out on a couple of artists, one being Chief Keef from Chicago. So
really?
Yeah. So when we think about something like the hip hop community, we've always known there's been issues in the hip hop community. We've seen beef and tensions with artists on the East Coast and West Coast based on a beef between Tupac and Biggie. We've seen, of course. So where that community does better when the artists work together, right? So what do you think about when we talk about a community like that, or whether it's Tekashi 6ix9ine being on trial and resulting to being an informant for the Federal Bureau of Investigation, or just the plain old everyday, I don't like this guy, I gotta rap, try and talk bad about him community?
Well, like I said, man, I don't have too much for the hip hop community. You know what I mean? I'm a old school motherfucker. Rat dogging is rat dog. Okay? Not good. Not good. You know what I mean? And then this beef thing you got going and shit, I don't understand that. Because, I mean, listen, what make me shit don't make you shit. You know what I mean? So if I'm doing my thing and I'm making me some money, you doing your thing, you making me some money, why do we gotta be beef? You know what I mean? Let's get together and buy a major label or something. Let's do something. You know what I mean? But let's do some unity thing between the West Coast and the East Coast. Quiet that shit down. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You got people beating off that shit. They actually making money doing that shit. They actually making money signifying. I never heard of they need to listen to a little bit of Wild Man Steve. You know what I mean? The signifying monkey from Wild Man Steve audience. You know what I mean? You need to hit that. You know what I mean? And you will learn something about how this shit got started long time ago. You know what I mean? This ain't no new shit.
Okay.
About signifying shit, motherfuckers getting people mad at each other just by talking, right? And it's not an actual shit going down. It's some made up shit. But people won't check their facts. They don't fact check nothing no more. You know what I mean? I think you drinking my liquor, man.
Sir, I'm not drinking your liquor.
Man,
I did not.
That was a tequila sip there. You know what I mean? Oh my God.
Nah. Hold up. Look me in the eyes, man. I ain't drinking your liquor, man.
With your eyes, I can't smell your breath from here. I'm on the way in Jersey somewhere.
Anyway, so Trap, I'm just trying to tell you, man.
Yeah. And don't put no water in that shit either after you finish the shit. You know what I mean? Motherfucker. God damn.
First of all, it's not enough in the bottle to put water in there. You kind of lacking on how much tequila you have. I actually feel sorry for how much tequila you have, so I didn't even touch that shit.
It's just Thursday and shit, okay? It's Thursday, motherfucker. I got plenty of time to re-up before the weekend.
All right.
Anyway.
All right. Community, though.
Probably drinking my Fireball, too.
Yo. Oh, damn, it is right there. That one got more in it. Did you take a picture of what your liquor looked like before you left?
Yeah, with my brain, motherfucker. It's a good brain. It's a good goddamn brain. All right, let's move on.
Oh, okay. Back to community. So yeah, LGBTQ got their shit in order. Hip hop community don't. But what about the black community, man? Come on. That's some
I ain't been talking about these guys, man.
I'm just proud of that viral moment that Killer Mike had. One thing he actually said that stuck and will stick to me is he was like, it's all these black people up here arguing. And he said, I just want to let y'all know it's sad when you're arguing about who has the better master. Yeah, see that line kind of stuck with me. It's like, you know, if we're not getting our own stuff, then what, you know, all you doing is arguing about who master better. And
exactly. But see, the thing is, this Willie Lynch shit within the black community shit, that Willie Lynch shit, it's like he said it would last for hundreds of years, generation to generation. This Willie Lynch shit will continue going down. You know what I mean? I know I be Willie Lynch every day. You know what I mean? These motherfuckers and shit. You know what I mean? The unity in the black community is disunity. You know what I mean? Disloyal, disunity, and whatever. You know what I mean? It's hard to find a motherfucking brother that's gonna run with you. You know what I mean? They're gonna ride and die. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers will rat you out, tell on you and shit. They will go to your house and say, yo, is my man home? You know what I mean? They be like, is Mills home? No, damn well you not home. You know what I mean? Say they do that shit to me. Like, yo, nigga, you know I ain't home this time of day. What you knocking on my door for? You know what I mean? And you know, all kinds of shit, man. Oh, I was with you last night, brother. No. You can't tell your lady that I was with you last night. We was together last night because I was with her last night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, anyway, y'all had to excuse me for this call. Oh, God.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I'm gonna have to start putting my phone on airplane mode.
What I do?
Hold on, no. You cool. Hold on. We got folks real quick. Take a quick break for the folks. Mr. T in the house.
What's up, T?
That's a meme king right there. He been giving Hassan Campbell that work this week. D Holla in the house. We got a Jacqueline Clark in the house. We got Mr. Bonnets in the house. We got We got Serson Report in the house. Yeah.
Oh,
And I said salute to Serson. Serson from Canada, right?
yeah.
And I'm like, yo, man.
Oh, they got going up there. God damn.
I just found out. Didn't make the cut, was trying to put me on the game. He was like, well, what you think about the Canadian Prime Minister? I was like, I don't know what to think about him. I said, we deal with American culture topics over here. But apparently he been in blackface or brown face about 3 times. Yeah.
He did it once, more than one occasion.
And after the new millennium too.
Well, you know, he should have ratted on himself. See, he a dumbass motherfucker. Now here's me. Here's my dumbass, right?
Right.
I done did some shit and I found out I done some shit. I'm gonna rat myself the fuck out. You feel me? Hey, what's going on with you, man? I don't see your face no more. What the hell?
You all right?
Yeah, man. What happened to you? I don't see your face. You're mugging up.
Right here by the computer, man. With the computer.
I told you to stop filming my Xbox, man. I don't want nobody coming there breaking down, taking that shit, man.
Ain't nobody know you had. Nobody even know you had an Xbox. What's up, JPS?
Anyway, yeah. So this motherfucker, he gets up, he does it more than once and shit, right? But you know what? I think him and Trump people gonna become friends now. Yeah, I mean, that's gonna bring some unity between the Canadian, because he didn't like Trump didn't like him, but now they find out they're in the same boat. It's gonna be all right with Canada.
All right. So I'm gonna pause, right? I'm gonna pop out this video. We'll never show videos on American culture topics. But I shared this video about oh Lord, where'd it go? It disappeared.
Disappeared.
Go back to what you showed.
The cup of what? You know what? I swear to God.
I ain't touch your liquor, man. All right, I got the video. I got it. All right. So I'm about to show the folks the video. All right.
Don't show me nothing.
I'm showing the folks the video, and you can look if you want.
Don't even give them the spotlight. Everybody get back over here. They don't exist. Don't give them the spotlight. Walk away. Go back. This is America. If they don't like that, that's their problem. Let them come on over. Let them come on stage with the black man. I'm gonna let Black Lives Matter come up here while I show them what patriotism is about. It's about freedom of speech. It's about celebration. So what we are going to do is something you're not used to, and we're going to give you 2 minutes of our platform to put your message out. Now, whether they disagree or agree with your message is irrelevant. It's the fact that you have the right to have the message. I am an American. And the beauty of America is that when you see something broke in your country, you can mobilize to fix it. So you ask why there's a Black Lives Matter? Because you can watch a black man die and be choked to death on television and nothing happened. We need to address that. You need to fix it. We are not anti-cop. We are anti-bad cop. We say if a cop is bad, he needs to get fired. plumber, like a bad lawyer, like a bad fucking politician. We don't want handouts. We don't want anything that's yours. We want our God-given right to freedom, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I want to leave you with this, and I'm gone. You're right, my brother. You're right. You are so right. All lives matter, right? But when a black life is lost, we get no justice. That's why we say Black Lives Matter. That's why we say Black Lives Matter. If we really want to make America great, we do it together. All right. USA! 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 USA!
It kind of restored my faith in some of those people because when I spoke truths, they agreed. I feel like we made progress. I feel like two sides that never listened to each other actually made progress today. And did I expect to go on that stage? No. I expected to come down here, stand here with my fist in the air in a very militant way and to exchange insults, maybe some dirty looks or who knows what, if not on a grander level, but just person to person, you know. I think we really made some substantial steps without either side yielding anything. Yeah. I hope that they understand that one of the leaders of the Black Lives Matter movement is a proud American and a Christian who cares deeply about this country, who cares deeply about the people in it, whether they are documented or not. I want them to understand that we are educated, right? That we apply a strategy, but we come from a place of love, right? And we really are here to help this country move toward a better place, not to destroy it. A man who controls a 4,000-member militia shook my hand and said, I always knew I identified with you, but today solidified it. Wow. One of the heads of Bikers for Trump came up and shook my hand, asked me to take a picture with his son. A little blonde-haired kid named Jacob. Like, that's special. Like, here I went from being their enemy to someone they want to take pictures with their children. And that's the power of communication. We came out, we were going to chant, we were going to do a demonstration, but we didn't have to. We just spoke. And it worked. I'm happy about that.
Go ahead, Trap. What you got, man?
I like that, man. And you know what? It's like it looks. That's real, man. That's real. They were trying to keep it real, but you know, and I know that underneath all that bullshit, you can say what you want to say, and Black Lives Matter. You could protest, and the very next week, it's gonna be who the cops shot again. You know what I mean? Who the cops choked to death? Who the cops beat to death? You know what I mean? It's just on and on and on, man. And I believe in the USA. You know what I mean? I do. You know what I mean? The what they say, USA? Yeah, United States of Africa. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Yeah.
now, all right. What I got from that video is it was a chance for Black Lives Matter to get up there and talk to a group of people who did not want to hear about what they had to say. And he spoke truths. You know, he actually held the truths to be self-evident. So he was letting them know. But it was also people in the crowd with the same old talking points that hurt community. It was somebody screaming, what about black on black crime? It was somebody screaming, all lives matter, as if he didn't hear him speak on why he thought Black Lives Matter as a movement had to exist. He said, we're not against cops, all cops. He said, we're against bad cops, but you have people that wave that black and white American flag with the blue strip on it that didn't want to hear what he had to say. I think that's one of the biggest important parts about community is that for some reason, it only takes one fragment, like you were talking about earlier about the fragmented state. It only takes one fragment to dissolve the actual properties of unity. Like, I'm gonna look in the chat. I see Mac J in the house. Salute Mac. Now, Mac is a Bears fan, right? And I'm an Eagles fan. So, you know, hey, everything cool. Your team in a different division. Y'all do what y'all do. And my team, we do what we do. Yeah, we might both like football and we agree on all these other things. That fragment happened when the Bears played the Eagles in the playoffs. I'm not gonna go back. I'm not gonna go back into the history of it, but
Yeah, I remember it. I was dead.
Okay,
Yeah, they
Trap.
treated like a-
Okay, hey, I don't want him to tune out, so keep him.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I'm gonna keep no.
the community of me and Mac J can still exist, even though we got different football teams. We still come together and enjoy Ruckus Radio. We can still get together and, you know, talk about music, or when he has his show on, Let's Talk That Shit on Wednesday nights. I have no problem watching that show just because we have a difference of opinion on whose football team is the shit. You see what I'm saying? We still were able to keep community. And that's kind of what's missing from, you know, the United States when people have different political views. I was telling you about a coworker that, you know, we got along for a long time, and a lot of things I like and this coworker liked, and everything was fine up until 2016 when the election happened, and this coworker started getting a little nervous that they voted for Trump and they thought that I was going to disown them. I'm like, I'm not that type of person. I get you can. Yeah, well, I'm just saying, in the stance of community, it's just a vote. To me,
you know what?
Yeah,
you a punk and shit.
I'm a punk. Explain.
You didn't ask that punk why you voted for Trump.
I don't care. I know people that.
I do care.
I'm just saying. Okay, I'm gonna say it like this. I have mentors. I have mentors that respect Trump. A lot of watch this. A lot of black church leaders respect Trump. A lot of black business people respect Trump.
I don't respect him.
I didn't say I had to respect Trump, but
I don't respect nobody that respect him.
I'm just speaking. I know people that have money that had no problem with that guy. That doesn't.
Of course they don't.
Yeah, but that shouldn't end community.
You know what? I just can't get with that. I ain't getting with you on that. I don't care what nobody said. Anybody that support Trump, like Trump or whatever shit, I want nothing to fucking do with. I don't give a fuck. Fuck that. I ain't got time for that shit.
But you still got to live here with them.
You know what?
Watch this. A lot of them carry them guns that you don't like sometimes.
Yeah, they gonna need them. You got a dumbass like him in the White House, you might need them. Something could go down real ugly and shit where you gonna need your damn guns. That's a fact. You gonna need your guns and shit, cause this motherfucker, he's liable to do anything and shit. Next thing I know is shit. We got Chinese and Russians and Iranians trying to fuck us up. So we might need them guns with that dumb motherfucker, man. Yeah, it's just fact. I thought we was gonna do another story too, but we're gonna stick with unity, okay?
Oh, we can wrap up unity if that's what you want. I'm cool with that. So, what's your final thoughts on unity? I will be quiet and then wait my turn for my final thoughts that you'll be quiet for. Go ahead.
Well, I like the word, and somebody that liked Trump, and then you never asked the question, why did you vote for Trump? And when I ask these people, why did you vote for Trump?
Can I interfere?
I thought you said you were going to let me talk.
I did want to, but you sit there and pose the question. I already know why they voted for Trump, but go ahead.
All right, okay.
Go ahead.
Then that's right there. We can stop right there. We don't got to go another inch further on that one.
Okay.
I'm done.
Oh, all right. So let me answer your question. They voted for Trump because they're afraid. They're afraid of the new world. The new world economy, where different countries like China, countries like Mexico, countries all around the globe are now offering competitive prices, competitive labor to get things done. And they're getting it done cheaper than what's going on in this country. So if he's promising to keep people out, whatever race, you said you were done, whatever race they were, then they felt as though their jobs were safe. That's why the Carrier plant in Indiana was so happy that he saved 700 jobs. And then it's 2 months later, or after he was elected, those jobs went away. But that's business. That's business. And to me, they definitely voted for him because he's a snake oil salesman. And he's going to bet and promise that it's going to be great. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. And then he gets your money, and then it's all non-refundable money. And once he has that money, and if he doesn't deliver, he just finds something to blame it on. But that was why Trump, the supporters of Trump, voted for Trump. Now, to speak.
Every country you named was brown. You name Mexico, they brown. You name China, they brown. You know what I mean?
They yellow. Oops, that's racist. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He didn't say nothing to European people. He didn't say nothing about that. You know what I mean?
He has a problem. He doesn't like France either. But he wasn't going out his way to try to stop people from France coming to America.
Be careful what you say now.
What?
You know what I mean? Because some of the French people that try to get in here are not that he would want to willingly accept. Okay? That's why you like Russia so much.
Oh, I didn't even mention them. But so,
love them.
Okay, so my view on community and culture in America, it's not a problem as long as the community has an outreach to other communities. So whether it's what Dave Chappelle calls the alphabet people, as long as they're trying their best to reach out to everybody else and say, hey, this is what's going on. Some may not understand what they're about. If they try outreach and try to educate and let everybody know that it's okay, and vice versa. If a community, the Black community, is willing to understand its differences within its own community. When Tariq Nasheed and Umar Johnson stopped bickering and fighting with each other, those days when when Black conscious community knocks off, all of the fighting, the days when Black Christians stop fighting with Black Muslims and Black Israel